Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, today we're going to be talking about the one, the only Turbo Toad token. Now, since last video, there has been actually two big news events surrounding Turbo, so we are going to be talking about them. And we also are going to be talking about the huge surge in price Turbo has had in recent times and how it's having a very, very similar price action to what happened right before we exploded very, very massively. Okay. So before we dive into this, let's just look at the news. Turbo community, it's takeover time. Turbo is going for the Bitso on-chain PFP takeover, and we need the full power of the swap. Smash the likes, boost the repost, drop a comment, and show Bitso what the Turbo army is made of. Right? Let's make this takeover impossible to ignore. So we can see when the Turbo army calls, you best believe we listen. Trade Turbo plus 17 other 1,000 tokens across 14 chains, zero gas. Use invite code Turbo for exclusive bonuses direct from the swamp. And we can see Bitso on chain, 8,500 followers, and also someone like Punky or Punky. Oh my god, I can't believe I just butchered Punky when Punky's the easiest name in the world. Yeah, they are also following them as well. We see Turbo has been consistently posting, getting thousands of views just on something as basic as a meme, but that does show that there's consistent people and viewership. We can see we also have another partnership. Turbo just teamed up with Palmind to launch Turbo Vision, an X-native image generator that creates stunning visuals just from tagging with a prompt. Faster, smarter, stronger, Turbo is entering a new era. Image generation trigger, generate an image, just tag Turbo Vision with a prompt in a post that has an image attached, Turbo Vision and Vision Turbo, Vision this slash it as, and etc. Right? We can see, I wonder if anyone has used this. Oh, who the hell is this guy? But yeah, we can see, right? Boom, right? This is very, very, very nice. We have a lot of people supporting it. And yeah, man, this is what we love to see. When we go and look at something like Turbo Toad token, we could actually see Turbo's creating something very, very similar to what was happening a few months ago. Now, first off, I want to start with the monthly. The monthly actually looks fantastic. I want to say this in terms of swing points, right? We have this swing point over here. We have this key monthly swing point over here back in March in terms of the lows. I am looking at the black candle, by the way, right? The black candle. And we can see we actually didn't form a lower low. So in terms of market structure, this is so great, right? Despite November being very iffy for many cryptos, Turbo actually held its own very, very, very nicely. And we can see, right? We did have this big drop back in early October. We did get it corrected and filled, and now we're looking to be reversing. We are creating something very, very similar to what we used to create back in pretty much, March/April time. Now, here's the thing, right? The same thing might literally play out where December still might be baiting us potentially, right? But the start of January might be the launch. So here's the thing. Either we are right here, right? We are right here because we are at the end of the quarter. Kind of just, oh, nope, do not want to do that. Boom, just one arrow. Thank you very much. Right, we can see March was doing something similar where it was going up. Yes, granted, it did go down the last 2 weeks, but right, boom, this was the end of the quarter one, and then quarter two started, and instantly, boom, bang, 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 bang. Right, so we can see that. When we go and look at the current weekly candles, they actually look fairly solid. Right, and we can even see in terms of the daily candles, for the first time ever in multiple days, we did start to form higher highs. Okay, so we had this huge area where we were just trending, trending very, very bearish, kind of just in this channel consistently. And then we can see, right, we broke out. We created very, very nice structure. We did create a higher high than these points over here. We didn't create a higher high than these points here yet, but that's okay. Okay, then we went down. We did, create a higher low, right, higher than this point, and boom, we created a higher high the next day. So we are staircasing upwards as of right now. Okay, things are looking good. Things are looking great. Over the last day, maybe a little bit more than a day, I guess, as of right now, we have gone up 60%, right? 60% is a lot, especially if we actually take, how much it's taken 20 hours. In 20 hours, we've gone up 60%. So things are looking very, very good and very, very bullish for Turbo. Now, granted, I am not a fan of the structure on the 1 hour time frame, as we are starting to break a little bit of structure on the 1 hour, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's done for on the 4-hour chart. There is a possibility where we could, either just hold this, depending if we create higher and higher lows, or if we do start correcting, right, we could simply just form another higher low here, right, in terms of swing points. Kind of how we have one here, we could form one here, tap into this order block, and then go up, right? Us coming back down, hypothetically, into this order block right over here of 0.002, there's nothing wrong with that in terms of price action. Nothing, right? That's okay. That move is okay. This imbalance fill, this correction, that's an okay move. That doesn't mean we're going back to the downside just yet. Okay, so if we see Turbo drop hypothetically, 20% over the next day or a couple of days, don't panic, right? Don't panic. Everything's still fine. Everything's still on track. We can see that we actually did tap into a huge key zone order block recently. So that is what we love to see. We have this order block over here. We actually tapped into it. Caspa did something similar the other day, right? Caspa tapped into this order block over here. And despite its kind of being very, very weak and showing sell signals, it has started to reverse because we see the market is starting to become bullish. So it went to a key zone, it sold off a key zone, but it didn't sell off dramatically, right? It didn't sell off dramatically. So Turbo could experience the same thing where Turbo sees a little bit of a pullback to then go further up, just the way Caspa did, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's valid for us to come down even 20% because this could just be the, Turbo taking a rest, Turbo, resting up, eating well, and boom, getting ready to catapult up once again. For me, this is very, very exciting times. And yes, I have bought, Turbo down in these zones over the last few weeks. So I'm very, very excited. My dollar cost average has been looking very, very nice. There have been prime opportunities, as we've been talking about, as we've been also discussing in the private community, because, when people fear the most, that's usually when it's the best time to be buying. We will look at Turbo and some of the basic stats, as we haven't looked at it in a hot minute. We are currently ranked 182 out of 9,065 active cryptos, 170 million market cap, 200 million volume. So that's very, very nice. In terms of holders, right? We can see things start becoming green a little bit. Look at the bandwagon of holders, right? And we were going down, chipping away 10 holders a day, 5 holders a day, maybe 20 holders a day sometimes. And instantly, everyone is coming back. That's why I'm saying, don't fear, right? Have faith over fear, have evidence over just, emotions, and everything will be fine. In the last month, we have gone up actually 25%. In the last week, an average of 55%. And in the last day, minus 5%. We're still on all of these exchanges, so everything is looking good. Everything is looking great. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.